Hello, everyone. My name is Robin McClendon, and welcome to my studio. And today, I think I have a really fun, quick project. Many of you know that I'm an ambassador with Gelli Arts programs, and we do a lot of fun projects that are reels and things like that. And so I normally do a lot of footage that gets reduced into just like 45 seconds. And this is one of them. It's Halloween, and it's like my interpretation on the festive season and working with some of the papers that we created last week, the on the black steak paper with the mamigami. I thought, let's do this into a kind of pumpkin inspired piece that's great for fronts of cards, for small books, maybe things that you just doing during the holiday seasons that you'd like to, maybe just see what my interpretation is on this. So right here you see, and I'm taking metallics in orange and gold and a little bit of this champagne and spreading it out on the gel plate and pulling these papers that I'll later crinkle and do a little mamigami on them for this technique. And it's just a fun way to use some of the papers that you've already made, as well as doing this for this process. And of course, these mamigami papers we can use for so many things, and not just this particular project. So it makes it kind of cool, universal. So here I'm just really getting some good orange pulls against this background because I'm going for a certain color variation that I think would be good for this pumpkin that I'm going to do. It's a fun project. So let's see what this sheet looks like when we go to pull it. I think this one has a good amount of the orange, a little bit of the champagne and the gold and stuff that I was looking for in this pull. Yeah, there we are. So that's a nice one there. Okay, so now we're going to go on to the next part of this, which is we've got to draw our pumpkin. So I'm kind of doing this mask. I sort of think of it as a mask, the way I'm creating the shapes, and then I'm cut them out, and then there'll be the spaces in between will form our the background for our page. So I'm just taking a Sharpie and just kind of roughly creating my pumpkin. You could do this with any of the seasonal inspire shapes or whatever your thing is, whatever you enjoy creating. I do like pumpkins. I've always liked carving my pumpkins. A lot of times I'll paint my pumpkins with gold paint, of course, as opposed to always carving the jack-o'-lantern. I'll just paint a face on it, and they're always fun. So here's my basic shape. While I'm waiting for the papers to dry, I decided to take my scripting and create this background that I thought was very whimsical, almost kind of like bats or something flying maybe, or just this really novel sort of Halloween, holiday, background and pieces. Now I'm back to cutting out that actual shape. This will become the mask that I'll use to then lay down and cut out the entire background. And then this could be reused, if you want to duplicate this process. For those of you who have Cricuts and things like that that really allow you to cut out things very quickly, you can use this as a mask and then just go into production on these. So now here I am actually taking a piece, one of the pieces that had a lot of that orange on it, and we're doing the mamigami, right? Getting it nice and crunched up. Here I'm now taking, and I started cutting out the shapes using the masks, the white one that I created. And what maybe many of you all don't know is I used to do a line of greeting cards. They were all handmade. Years ago, I worked with my agent was Constance Kay out of New York. She still does greeting card lines, but she represented me all over the country and all over the world. I was in Neiman's and Nordstrom's and Gump's in San Francisco and some places in the UK and Hong Kong. And I was all over the place with my handmade card line of cards, and I used to love that business quite a bit. So this kind of takes me back to the days of creating whimsical images and things for greeting cards. I had a lot of fun doing this. It really kind of took me back to some of my roots. Yeah, but if you ever want to kind of have cards that you want to create, Constance K, she still does represent artists out of New York. And yeah, give her a call. She's a neat lady, and you can tell her that I told you to give her a call. But yeah, so we have it all laid out on the background here. And I'm going to glue this down, and I'll spare you of that part of the process. But the end result is going to be the finished pumpkin on this background. So anyway, quick video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Love you always for hanging out with me. Please hit the button, hit the bell, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll be back next week. Love you guys. Bye-bye.